Hello and a very warm welcome back to English and Wealth from the Freedom Equation. I'm Liam.
And I'm Chloe. It's great to have you with us. Last week, we had a powerful debate about the psychology of loss aversion.
We did. Today, we're discussing two opposing mindsets that shape our entire lives. The scarcity mindset versus the abundance mindset. The idea, popularized by Stephen Covey, is that you either see the world as a place of limits or a place of possibilities.
And I think we need to be very careful here, Liam. It's easy to label the scarcity mindset as negative, but for a huge portion of the world's population, scarcity isn't a mindset, it's a daily reality. To suggest they should just think differently feels incredibly out of touch.
A powerful and important challenge to start our debate. For our listeners, the idiom "to be out of touch" means to not understand the reality of other people's lives. And you're right, we must not dismiss real-world struggles. Let's define the terms as psychological concepts. The scarcity mindset sees life as a fixed pie, a zero-sum game.
And what is a zero-sum game?
A zero-sum game is a situation where for one person to win, another person must lose. Someone with a scarcity mindset believes that if someone else gets a promotion or becomes successful, it means there's less for them.
But in many situations, that is objectively true. If two people apply for one job, it is a zero-sum game. One person wins, the other loses. To pretend otherwise doesn't seem helpful. It seems like a fantasy, like an idea that's pie in the sky.
Another excellent idiom, pie in the sky, refers to an idea or plan that is pleasant to think about, but is impossible to achieve. And my argument isn't that we should ignore competition. The argument is that the abundance mindset, the belief that there is plenty for everyone, is what allows us to create new opportunities. It's not about fighting over one pie, it's about collaborating to bake a bigger pie. An abundance mindset fosters creativity and generosity, which leads to more success for everyone in the long run.
I understand the philosophy, and it sounds beautiful. But sitting here in Krong Poi Pet, Cambodia, I see people who are brilliant and work incredibly hard, but who face genuine systemic scarcity of resources and opportunities. Their focus is, rightly, on securing their piece of the pie because they don't know if there will be any pie tomorrow. The abundance mindset can feel like a luxury that you can only afford once you already have enough.
You have articulated the central conflict of this idea perfectly. Perhaps the goal isn't to live in a fantasy world of infinite abundance, but to cultivate it where we can. We must acknowledge real-world constraints, but not let a feeling of scarcity permanently narrow our vision of what is possible. It's a balance between acknowledging reality and creating possibility.
A balance. That seems like a much more realistic and respectful approach than simply saying one mindset is right and the other is wrong.
Summary and recap.
Okay, that was a very necessary and nuanced debate. Let's recap. First, we defined the scarcity mindset, viewing the world as a zero-sum game, and the abundance mindset, believing there is plenty for everyone. I argued that the scarcity mindset is often a realistic response to the world, and the idea of abundance can feel out of touch or like pie in the sky.
I argued that an abundance mindset is what creates new opportunities and long-term growth. Ultimately, we concluded that the most effective approach is a balance, acknowledging real-world scarcity while still striving to create abundance. A common challenge for learners is the difference between the S sound, S, and the sh sound, sh. Your tongue is flat for S and curved for sh. Listen to the difference. See, she. Let's practice a few pairs. Repeat after me. Sell, shell. Sock, shock. Suit, shoot. Excellent. Getting that distinction clear is a great way to improve your pronunciation.
So that's all we have time for today. A debate that touches on so much more than just money.
It does.
And our reflection question for you is this. Think about your own life. Can you identify one area, perhaps in your career, your relationships, or your finances, where you tend to have a scarcity mindset? What would it look like to view that same situation with just a little more abundance?
Just asking the question can open up new possibilities.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this debate has given you a new perspective. Join us next week on The Freedom Equation.
Don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast app. Until next time, keep learning.
And keep thinking. Goodbye for now.